What's up, dude?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
Watching the Dodgers just play through the storm.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, I'm so pissed they blew that, or Maeda blew that.
Oh yeah, he gave it that big ass bomb, huh?
Yeah, it was, and he got all of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, he fucking crushed it.
You know what's cool? Like I wish I could hit a home run from both sides of the plate in the same game. That's so badass.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. There we go. We just got out of that.
What are you doing right now?
Just watching the game, chilling.
Okay, so you're good to go?
Yeah.
Alright, I just called Evan. He didn't answer, so fuck him, right?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm good, I can do it. And then at the last second, well, I'm doing Taco Tuesday, so I don't know.
He said what?
Well, he said he was all available, and then at the last second, he's like, actually, I'm doing Taco Tuesday.
Oh, he just texted that?
Yeah, he texted that earlier. You didn't see it?
Oh, no, I don't read his text.
Right on. Some brotherly love.
What a dick, man. I really wanted to try merging the call and see how that sounded.
It probably would have been fine, right? Because, I mean, as long as we, joined it up.
As long as we,
you just hear both our voices through your one phone speaker, right?
Yeah, we kind of have to, I guess, try our best not to overtalk people as I overtalk you, you know?
That's fine. I mean, we've been fine in the past with it.
Yeah, dude, I'm chilling, man. If he doesn't want to be on this podcast, so be it, dude. He doesn't love me anymore. I guess what we'll do is we'll just have to record one tomorrow or Thursday where he listens to this one and then he comes back on and he talks. Did you hear the one he did right after we were on talking about Muncy?
Yeah.
Dude,
that was funny.
I was dying, man. I didn't realize. And then after she said it, that he looks like he told that story about how Nicole thinks he looks like Muncy. I kind of see it. I'm like, holy shit!
I kind of see it too. Literally, just in the face. I'm not saying Evan's got a fucking pear body, but
pear. If you were a fruit, if your body was a fruit, what would you be, dude?
I'd probably be a pear right now.
Pear.
Yeah.
Like GMO and everything.
I dropped 22 pounds though.
Where'd you drop it on somebody? Down a flight of stairs?
Yeah, I put it on someone else.
You had a why? I was so thin. I was so healthy. You poured this weight on me. No, yeah. What have you been doing? Just be eating right, kind of exercising more.
Yeah, I've been trying a mix of things. I tried the keto thing for a while just to check it out, and I wasn't doing it exactly right.
Yeah.
So my body temperature was feeling super warm. I don't know, it was weird. So I kind of backed off that for a little bit, and then tried intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
While obviously working out. So I'm not just trying to find a system that I can do and not work out, because I like working out obviously and playing hockey and riding mountain bikes and shit. But
yeah.
This week I've just been setting little goals and just to shock my body and see kind of what happens. So this week I'm doing intermittent fasting. I only eat from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then I'm also doing not really keto, but just no carbs. I'm not really doing the high fat part of keto.
Yeah.
So it was fuck with my blood, it felt like. But I'm just doing chicken, veggies, eggs and bacon for breakfast, and then here and there I'll eat either carrots or something for a snack, or little pieces of salami and cheese and little things like that. And I don't know, it's kind of crazy what I can do to my body weight right now. I can swing it in a 10-pound window super easily.
Yeah.
I can go down 10 pounds. Or I can drink a shitload of water and it goes up. But the next day I'm sweating so much that it's all back down. It's kind of crazy, but it's definitely cool to see some results and find a way to kind of manipulate the body, you know?
You find yourself enjoying stepping on the scale a lot more. You're like, oh, I'm gonna step on it this morning, and then how much do I weigh at night, the heaviest part of the day, and then how much did I lose in the morning? I oversleep. Oh, dang, I lost 1.5 pounds just sleeping. Hell yeah, you know.
Yeah, the craziest is when I had a 5-game softball tournament last Monday, and I lost 8 pounds in water weight.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
It's just fucking nuts.
You gain that all back when you chug water or you go have a good night of drinking.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's you gain it all back, but I don't know. To me, it's just kind of fun to see it vary like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, when I started after surgery and I started working out, I started working out and I was just doing the same mentality as before, which I think one of the main reasons why I got hurt before is I was working out a ton, playing a lot of hockey and climbing a lot and running further than I usually do and biking further than I usually do and doing it more. But I was eating like shit. So my sister was like, dude, you're breaking your muscles down a ton and you're giving him crap to rebuild with. I mean, what do you expect? Your body's going to break down. So what did I do after surgery? I started doing the same fucking thing. And like, I was like, well, if I'm going to take these baby steps, I better do the right thing and diet right. And that's like 70-80% of the real battle when it comes down to it is being disciplined eating wise, because you can miss a workout, but if you cheat a meal, like you're just hurting yourself if you're really overweight. So I did keto. I did like tested around, like not like keto, but I followed it loosely, where you're like cut back on sugar, cut back on carbs, and I in like 2 weeks, dude, I lost like 15 pounds, and then I played with the other 5. Do I want to lose? Do I want to be down at 150 or do I want to be down at 155? Like I just toyed with it, and I don't like 150. I don't feel like I'm strong. I feel like I'm a little too light at 150. So for you got all this extra body weight, like you can just shred that off, because that's all literally just energy hanging on you, and keto and these other kind of diets just help you utilize that, not feel all messed up while you're burning energy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Just one thing really quick before I respond to that. Did you see this dumb chick, the Phillies like ball chick down the third baseline just played a live ball that Chris Taylor hit? And all the fans right next to her were giving her a bunch of shit, and she was like yelling back at him. It was a clearly fair ball, and the ump like signaled it fair.
Oh, man,
dude,
she played it well too. Like she caught it on a short hop too. Put her hands up immediately. Like it's too late, bitch. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, man, it's crazy how like when you're just following your system and you're feeling good about it, like everything else about your body kind of follows your mentality. Like.
Hands down.
I haven't had any sort of like stiffness or anything. I just feel like good mentally too, which is cool. Just kind of going into every day focused and energized, you know.
Have you dealt with the keto flu at all, where you go through like a day or 2 or 3 or 4 of like a little bit of a headache and not feeling well because you're giving your body such a drastic change?
Yeah, it definitely happened the first time when I tried to go really high fat, no carbs and low sugar. Like I was eating like a shitload of bacon and cooking the eggs like in the bacon grease too, like shit I had read online.
Jesus.
But it's like it's a super shock to your system, and I just didn't feel very good. So that's why I switched to the intermittent fasting to see if I would do better, and I did. So now I'm trying to ease back into like the no carbs during the week thing, and like during the weekend, dude. Like I'm never gonna be like an optimal dieter where like I'm never drinking beer, or you know, if like my mom's making burgers, I'm not gonna like not have one. So I read a lot of things that as long as you do like a 4-day system, and then kind of just don't be an asshole on the weekend, like you can see some results and not have to give up like the fun things in your life, like drinking fucking, you know, Miller Lights or whatever. And you know, I don't know.
Well, holy shit, Evan's calling me. Holy shit, because I want to keep this going. 1 second, all right?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm at Taco Tuesday.
Oh, I know. Me and John were just talking.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Give me a little bit. I just got my food right now, so.
Hey, no worries, man. If you can't make it, it's all good. We'll record on Thursday or something. But yeah.
I know. No, I want to do it tonight. So.
All right. Yeah, we'll just do a long epi. It's all good, dude. We'll be chilling. So just call in and I'll merge it when you call in.
All right.
All right, later. Course, as I'm trying to merge the calls, I hang up on John. What a rookie move. I'm going to try to segue this easily so that I don't have to edit anything out. John, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, that was perfect. You picked up. I was like talking to nobody. I hung up on you, and I hung up on Evan's call, and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to kill some time here. John, you there? All right, cool. All right. Perfect timing. So yeah, with the with the keto diet and changing up your diet drastically, it's just amazing how you become so much more aware of all of the crap we're just programmed to see in every second of every day. We're just tempted with so much crap everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's so hard to stick to your system that you make for yourself if you have any kind of bend at all to peer pressure, because there'll be Taco Tuesday, for example. Jackie wanted to go get tacos today, and I'm like, well, I'm trying this no carb deal, and that pretty much means no tacos. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, But it's very easy to be fuck it, I'll just let it slide, But I don't know. You got to stick to your system just to see if it works, and then kind of make your decision if you want to keep doing it long term, I think.
I mean, you do it too when you get to a point where you're a threshold where you're happy. Right now, I'm in for the month of July, I've been kind of slacking big time, but I'm gonna pick it back up anytime now. When I'm ready to start working out and getting into gear, I'll do it. But for you could easily go get some tacos and just scrape the meat out, or just not get tortillas. There you go, boom. You got no carbs in there. Just no good cheese or anything.
Yeah, no, I get it too. But it's just kind of like a snowball, because then I'm tempted to get a beer, and then not only am I doing that, but maybe I'm drinking a beer or two past my 8 p.m. window for the intermittent fasting. It's just I'm trying to stick to Sunday afternoon through Thursday night after softball is when I'm doing my fasting window and my super no carb window. And then, after my softball game, I go out with the boys and have, a couple beers. And I've been trying Miller Lite lately because it's, the lowest carbs of, the big domestic beers. It kind of blows my mind. The calories are the same as a Bud Light and a Coors Light, but it's half the carbs. And I know it sounds kind of fucking persnickety to look at it that way, but I'm literally just trying things out and see what the results are right now. I'm kind of in just this testing phase and checking shit out. So
yeah, dude, you're probably grabbing this is exactly what I was doing. I mean, God, man, you're inspiring me to get back on the horse, because I was grabbing everything, looking at the labeling, reading everything, and people were at work were commenting just eat it, you're fine. I'm no, let me see what's in this shit. And I found myself doing that with everything, beer included. And carbs for you, it's literally your body has to fight through sugar and carbs. It's going to burn that energy it takes in first, and it's going to store everything else. Then it's going to burn fat. Then it's going to burn and if you don't have if you don't burn enough of those calories, it's going to store it. So you've got all this extra energy hanging on you, and if you eat carbs, if you drink carbs, then your body's going to burn that first. Yeah, and it needs to get to the other stuff that's on you. So I don't blame you for being same calories, who cares, but it's the wrong calories. My body's got to has to burn these carbs before it can start burning what else is hanging on me. Fuck that. But
yeah, it's pretty funny, man. Last weekend, so it was went through the weekend. It was the weekend of our podcast, I think, and it's maybe 2 weekends ago now. And I was in Temecula, just having a good time with family or whatever, so I was drinking some beer, but eating pretty well. And then Sunday morning came around, and I was like, no, I'm going to get back into my program. And my Aunt Jill, set up some huge bagel bar.
Oh, shit.
And my mom was, trying to get me to eat a bagel, and I'm like, no, when you guys are out of the kitchen, I'll just cook some eggs and bacon or whatever. She's like, no, just eat a bagel. It'd be rude. You don't want to not eat her stuff. I'm trying to eat this bagel. I'm trying to eat eggs and bacon to do this thing. And then Billy, in his classic fucking shithead argumentative personality, was just you're going to eat eggs and bacon? You think that's healthier than a bagel? And I was he wouldn't even let me respond. And I was like, no, I'm trying to do this keto thing. It's high fat and low carbs, and bagels, pure carbs. There's no way bacon's healthier than a bagel. I'm yeah, I understand that, to the layman, maybe you're right, or you look at it individually, but literally go Google keto, you dumb motherfucker. And we got into an argument, just on the side, on the couch, and I was just dude, I know you think you're super smart, man, but this is just this thing that I'm doing, so if you want to think you're right, go ahead, but if you want to open up your mind, this is an actual diet people are giving a try to, so.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, after we had gotten pissed at each other, he came in the swimming pool and he was no, I looked that up, man. I'm sorry. You're totally right.
He fucking would.
I was yeah, well, at least I appreciate you coming out and saying that. I'm not just pulling shit out of my ass here. And I kind of explained why, like, I was so gung-ho and not eating the bagel. And he was like, no, I totally get it. Like, you can't let other people just, like, ruin something that you're trying to stick to. And I was like, oh, well, now you're on my side. Whoop-de fucking do.
Yeah, speaking of college, you should drop out. You should give up on school. Yeah, no, I mean, if you eat that bagel, it literally, your body burns, like, has to redo its cycle, has to, like, burn through that, you could be out of ketosis for a whole week, you eat that bagel. It's that strict. What's your eating window, your intermittent fasting? What's your daytime schedule like?
Just, like, between the hours of 12 and 8 p.m., so, like, when I tell people that, mainly, they're just like, all that means is no breakfast. I don't really eat breakfast either. I'm like, yeah, but that means, like, no fucking up at all. Like, you literally can't have anything, like, between those hours, like, on the off hours of eating. I can only drink, like, water or tea. And you can do coffee if you really need it with no creamer or whatever. But I was reading up about that. And basically, once your body gets past, like, hour 12 or so with literally not eating anything, it kind of starts to do the same thing as ketosis. But just in a little different way, like, just, you know, your body doesn't have anything to burn besides the fat in it, so you get like 4 hours of your body just in like overdrive of burning fat, and then you get back into your intermittent fasting window, which also helps you out because it's just a short time period that you can eat a little bit bigger of meals and not feel like you're dieting, but you really are still dieting. Like, you can have, like, you know, a 700 calorie dinner or something and like a 500 calorie like lunch, and then snack a little bit in between, and like you still kept your calories like pretty low for the day, especially what I'm trying now with the no carbs. I'm just going to see what happens in the next couple of weeks here.
You say you lost 20?
Yeah, I've lost like 22 right now.
Good for you, man. Keep it up. Yeah, I mean, you do that 2 more times, and all of a sudden you've lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah, I mean, and it's obviously probably going to slow up at some point and start to plateau, and then maybe I'll regress a little bit, but then get back into it, you know?
Question.
Yeah.
Is 20 for you, I mean, 20 pounds for me was totally noticeable. Do you easily notice a change in your face and your...
Oh yeah, like
it's
the
20
other day.
pounds. It's super noticeable, right?
Yeah, I went to work the other day, and everyone's like, damn, your face is looking skinny as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yeah, I never, like, try to, like, get into it with people that I, like my coworkers and stuff, you know, but I just, like, yeah, I'm doing this thing and trying to lose some weight. Thanks for noticing, you know. I wasn't trying to sit there and have a in-depth conversation like this with them. I think I'm some fucking dork, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly just the feeling, dude. Like, the other day in softball, I grounded out to second, and the dude bobbled it a little bit. And, like, I just felt so much faster down the line, and I got to first and made it. And, like, multiple dudes on the team was like, that's the fastest I've seen you move in years.
Damn. It's like a backwards compliment.
Oh, for sure, but at least it's going in the right direction.
Right. Dude, I'm going in the wrong direction. I just had 12 hot wings and a big old salad, and felt good about myself. A bunch of ranch, too, though. But yeah, it's good. I haven't been climbing. I hurt my Achilles started to feel kind of sore a week ago, so I shut that down. Flag football last week. I was like, yep, not gonna be doing anything. So haven't been doing that. Like no yoga, no nothing. Just been like, I don't know, hanging out, reading. Started reading a lot more again, which is cool because I love picking up new hobbies, and like reading is such a fun hobby. But I think I might start getting into the acoustic guitar, man. When you were first ever picking up the guitar, and we were like, me, Johnny, David we stopped seeing you around the neighborhood a lot more after school. What were you doing? Like, what was your, because you were probably on YouTube, like, what was your main source of, like, I pick up the guitar, where do you go?
So when I very first started, I just had this old, like, chord book, or it was like a book that had like some different chord charts in it, and I just learned the basic ones, like your C's, D's, G's, A's, like your really basic open guitar chords.
Yeah.
And with those, like, you can play, once you master those, not even master, but just once you get comfortable with switching between them, you can learn like a limitless amount of songs. Like, you can even take like what I started doing was I'd find like a technical song or like a fast rock song or something. I would learn the chords, like the sound of it, and then just play it open chords and like learn the words myself. So like you can play songs that aren't really simple and just make them really simple and make them your own to play like while you're learning.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing during that time. And then I got sucked up into like looking at tabs on ultimateguitar.com. And do you know what tabs are?
No.
So it's basically like, it's the complete opposite of actually reading music. It's reading like...
Oh, it's like the guitar. Yeah, you're like looking at the guitar scales. Or like...
Yeah, it's not even
frets.
Scales. Like it's literally just, it has the 6 strings.
The fret.
And it tells you like what fret, so to where, like kind of where to put your fingers, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's really, like if you know guitar, you can look at that as like a frame of reference. But if you don't know guitar, it's a method of like, you'll never really learn how to play if like that's all you focus on. So like I got sucked into that as a sophomore in high school or whatever, like trying to learn the Santeria solo and all that stuff. And it's just like, yeah, it might teach you where to put your fingers for one song, but it doesn't teach you anything technique wise. So that's where a lot of people's progress stops, especially in high school when they want to just learn the cool parts of popular songs. The bass is always, learning chords and eventually learning some bar chords so you can play like a lot of, either rock or reggae or punk or whatever you want to play. But that's what I was doing at that time. Just learning the basics pretty much.
I mean, I probably didn't even know how to tabs set aside. Like I gotta start from scratch, man. I gotta start from like, where do I put the guitar on my lap? Should I stand? Should I wear a strap? Is it good to sit like this? Is my elbow cocked too weird?
It's best when you're learning to learn how to hang from your ceiling like a bat by your ankles, and it just really flows naturally that way.
So do you put your dick in the hole of the guitar?
Sometimes, only on a solo.
Because that's why I got the acoustic. I noticed the electrical guitars didn't have a hole for my penis.
Right, and how can you ever fall in love with a guitar if there's no hole?
I was like, the aux cord is too small, so... So how about Machado? He's been pretty hot lately for the Dodgers. He's been pretty good.
Yeah, his last, couple at-bats have been lame, but, I mean, that's such a small window of time. That Brewers series, he killed it, and he had that big triple yesterday to set up the go-ahead run. But his defense has just been so... legit already.
Yeah, seriously. Today, even his last at bat, I mean, he lined out to right field. Like he hit Goodwood on it. Oh, dude, Philadelphia is probably freaking out right now. Chase Utley's gonna be able to hit.
Yeah, they've been booing every time Robertson says something.
They boo him. Hey, dude, how do you like Verdugo? We have so many guys that could easily step up and be. We have to put people on the DL just so we have room for people.
Yeah, I love Verdugo, man. I mean, I don't know how long we'll keep him just because our outfield's crowded. Like, I feel like he'll be part of some sort of package eventually.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be probably like a 280, maybe 15 to 20 bombs kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he does everything from a technique standpoint really well, and he just looks like he has a good mentality. So while we have him, I'm pumped on him for sure.
This Verdugo guy? This young kid?
Yeah.
He stands his at bat. He stands like he's not even aware that he's about to have a pitch thrown to him. He's facing the pitcher, just square, shoulders square, looking straight at him. Like, oh, you're pitching? All right, cool. I'll watch.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a new thing. I'm looking at it right now. I don't think he did that last year when he was up for a little bit in September call-ups.
Yeah. No one's.
But dude, that style is becoming more popular. The Phillies dude kind of does that too. Odubel Herrera.
Yeah.
He hangs his leg so uncomfortably out there.
Yeah.
It just I don't know exactly how that would help you, dude.
It's timing, but it's like when you're taking in Little League, you'd put your leg out of the box and go get the signs from the third base coach and then step back into the box. Except he's staying in the box when he's doing that. He's stepped way back.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing too where it's as long as you're hitting well, which I think he's doing right now, he's probably hitting high twos, batting third for the Phillies. But the second you stop hitting well, you get a coach who goes, hey, listen, dickhead, why don't you do it like everyone else because you fucking suck, you know?
Yeah. Wait, watch Verdugo's next pitch. He bats like he's hiding behind a bush, and the pitcher doesn't know he's pitching. He's like standing there. He's like step. He's gonna jump out. I'm gonna hit. he's like
the
standing.
Just thinks he's throwing to nobody.
Yeah, because he has the bat on his shoulders. Like he's just standing there all casual, and then he loads up so quick and explodes through the zone so fast. But it looks like he's just like, yep, nothing to see here, folks. Just throw a fastball right down the middle. Get warm. Oh, got ya.
He literally probably only does this so when he does jack a bomb, he'd be like, look how relaxed I was. This game was fucking easy.
This is my job. Are you kidding me? Guess I should pick up
pretty good gold chain gang going on too.
How do you focus?
Drop in there.
No, I didn't. It does. How do you focus with a hula hoop of gold around your fucking neck? Every time you swing, you're having to like worry about it.
I used to wear it as a joke for softball, and like it felt so dumb, like chasing down a fly ball with it just bouncing everywhere. Like,
dude, I don't get it. It makes no sense. All right, Chase Utley, dude, this is it. This is it, man.
Silver Fox himself. I think is he all time most hit by pitches? Is that what he? Or no, he just got over 200. I think he's like 4th all time.
That's a pretty cool stat. Yeah,
that's such a good Chase Utley stat. Like
he's
just not going to get out of the way. Did you see how about that 48-mile-an-hour pitch from the Brewers guy that hit? Was it Kike?
Yeah.
No, it was Austin Barnes.
It was like, get out of the way, dude.
And then, dude, I already hate Logan Forsythe so much, but he comes up and the fucking pitcher throws like not 48 miles an hour, but it was like high 50s. At Forsythe's like upper shoulder, and Forsythe like dove out of the way like the biggest puss on the planet. I'm like, how are you gonna let the backup catcher fucking show you up, and your 200 hitting ass comes up and you're like getting out of the way of 50-mile-an-hour pitch?
Barehand it, throw it back. Let's get this game moving.
Dude, I was so embarrassed.
Dude, Logan Forsythe is like the guy. He's like the guy on the team that sits at the end of the bench. He sits at the back of it, like nobody talks to him. He's like putting pine tar on his bat, like nobody even wants me here. I don't even know, dude. He is no character. Oh, Chase Utley with a base hit. But like I don't know.
You're
Logan,
a little bit ahead of me. That's awesome.
I'm just not pumped with Logan Forsythe. Foreskin.
His eyes are always like red and puffy too, like he's just coming off a mean ass bender, like, drinking about how shitty he sucks.
He's like, yeah, dude, nobody likes me, so I drink.
Cycle, you're always hungover because you're drinking to forget that you're gonna get cut.
Nobody likes me because I drink. I drink because nobody likes me. What am I supposed to do?
Hey, are we like recording right now?
We've been the whole time.
Oh, okay. I wanted to settle one thing. So on the K-Dub podcast a couple weeks ago, I want the record to state that I did not start the Grant is Gay Club. You guys name dropped, you did too, and I was like, in my head, I had this name in my head. I'm like, come on, man. You guys fucking know this. Don't fuck me. I already fucked myself enough.
Oh.
It was fucking Carlos Fernandez. And Woga said it, and he was like, I think Carlos Fernandez was posting on there. I'm like, damn it. He made it. Say it, Woga. Fuck.
Kelly didn't remember, dude. I remember, like, whatever was made on it, like, it was funny because, like, the Grant is Gay Club was just funny, but it was, like, the first cyberbullying the internet has ever experienced, and the page was saying some pretty fucked up shit. Like, it was something you didn't want your parents to read, and then to find out you were the one behind it, or even liked it.
Oh, it was horrible, dude. I remember when my parents got the call from somebody, and I had to go through the comments that I had written with my mom, like reading them right with me. And
dude,
there was one. I didn't say anything too brutal to like them individually. I was just egging on a fist fight between them super hard. And then Grant said something, so I was like, "Oh, now I hope fucking Wilga beats your ass." And then it was just like in that 8th grade period where like, you know, like 50 Cent was hot and stuff. So like everyone like kind of thought they were like a fake gangster, you know?
Yeah.
So I put like peace and then the N-word, but not like obviously like AZ on the end of it, so not a hard R or anything like that, but I spelled peace like Payce, like Paish. You know, it's like reading that to my mom was like one of the lowest moments of my life. She was like, dude, what are you doing, son? You are white and you are a total pussy.
You're just like spelling it with like an asterisk and like K's and
for the A.
peace.
Yeah, like, and I got kicked off of MySpace by my parents for that until like late in high school. I couldn't really go online very much. So yeah, that was just a big old mess, but I wanted to set the record straight that I didn't create the whole page. So thank you for, fostering the forum for me to
worries,
do so.
yeah. You didn't do anything but just bury yourself still. Like, okay, you didn't start the page, but you still were like the main troll.
Why are you even mad? I didn't even start this page.
You trolled so hard. You were like the only reason why the page, you didn't start it, but you were the reason why it picked up momentum. You guys see this guy commenting on this page? This guy's killing it. 0 for 5 Machado. Come on. Now, here, let me push back 10. I'll go back 10 seconds and see if that... All right, here we go. Let's go, Machado.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So he's tapping in right now. He's getting set.
Dude, he looks like his face every time he bats. He's like, "What is that? All you got?"
Big old loopy swing, dude.
All right, he's coming set. First pitch is thrown. Strike one.
Oh, now I'm a little bit ahead of you, so you can suck my dick.
No, back ahead. Oh, we're winning. No, I'm just kidding.
Grand slam.
Oh, how'd that happen? We put 3 guys on in 2 seconds. Oh, dang it, he got under it. Son of a bitch.
Oh.
You just tell by his body language, like he just hits it and goes, with his shoulders.
Hey, so, have you heard, you're not coming back to town this weekend, are you?
Not this one. I am thinking of maybe coming back next weekend to help Evan move.
Evan move?
Evan's moving into mom and dad's, Joe and Vicky, for a year.
Really?
Yeah, him, Nicole, and Delaney. They're going to move in, save some cash, and then buy their own place in, like, Menifee whenever they save up enough.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, it's kind of tight. I mean, it's going to be fun. I go home and I get to hang out with all those folks.
Yeah, it kind of pins Evan closer to my parents' house now, too, so, like, which basically means that when I'm there, we'll probably meet up and do some drinking, so.
Dude, we're going to have to do some more pods for sure. Like, I'm thinking, like, weekly or bi-weekly, hopefully, with you two.
Yeah, those in-person ones are the best when we're sitting there watching a fight or something.
Yeah, we'll get video going, too. But Evan when I had to hang up, Evan called me and said he's like, I just got my tacos, I'm eating it. Like, he definitely wants to get on this thing, so.
We can keep it rolling until he gets on. I don't care. I wanted to ask him about, I think Strung Out's playing in Temecula this Saturday.
Oh, damn, that'd be tight. I should go back for that. Fuck. I work. Yeah. I don't have time to get it off. Yo, I gotta take a leak, though. If you
do it like a man. Let me hear your stream.
I'm gonna be away from the phone for a second, but yeah, say what you want. I'm just gonna leave it recording. Fuck it.
All right. Well, this is the John Carpenter monologue hour. Wasn't prepared for this, but I will give it my best go. I got nothing, so I'm sweating over here waiting for Andrew to get back from the can. Hopefully he's a quick peer. He's not too hydrated. I'm sure I'm going to listen to this later and be really embarrassed of the last 30 seconds. How does Bill Burr do this? He rocks a solo podcast every Monday and Thursday for like an hour and a half, just rambling like an old pissed off Irishman that he is. I guess I'm not that jaded. I felt like I was pretty jaded, or am pretty jaded, but I don't have enough to rant by myself to a microphone. So watching the Dodgers here, we have looked pretty futile in extra innings so far. Tied 4-4 with the Phils. Phils are coming up for the bottom of the 12th, I believe. Looks like Trevor Plouffe and whoever the guy is that hit the massive 2-run jack in the 7th are coming up. The Dodgers are kind of turning into the Angels where they have these relief pitchers where I don't know who the fuck they are. but I think they're all better than Pedro Baez, so I'm not exactly complaining about it.
All right.
Gabe Kapler. Whoa, you're back.
Yeah,
that was just straight up rambling, dude. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I like re-listen to this podcast.
I'm excited to edit it and see what you're saying. Hopefully you're talking some shit on me. I heard you say Gabe Kapler as I was picking up the headphones. You know, really extremely funnest fact. Do you already know the fun fact about Gabe Kapler?
Your distant cousin or something like that?
Yeah, dude, that's my bro. Never met the guy, but we're on the same tree somewhere.
He's a rocket.
Is he? I've never seen the guy.
So it's that distant of a cousin.
Yeah, maybe I'd date him. You never even know. Speaking of dating cousins, dude, I really want to have Brandon on and have you and Evan just riddle him with just questions like ask a Alabama folk and like literally ask him any question you want. Like, how many of your cousins have you fucked knowingly? Like, just stupid shit like that. Like, I think that would be funny because, dude, like I've lived with the guy, like both him and Madison for almost a year and a half now, or exactly a year and a half now, and like it's just we've come from such different backgrounds. It's so hilarious. Like it's just everybody knows everything about everybody in their small town, and where we come from, you just don't care. You're like, I don't give a shit. Like, what happened to the Thompsons? That sucks. You know, like I felt bad it happened to them, but yeah, and like the whole town will shut down for different things, and people will live in the same house for like hundreds of years and then bury themselves in the front yard, or like.
Jeez.
You know, like you're like, oh, there's grandma and grandpa and their grandma and grandpa all in the front yard. It's crazy.
Imagine if like you just did that in Chardonnay Hills, like you just had graves in the back of your house.
Homeowners Association is like, not so fast.
Well, they're not really down there. It's just a memorial.
Oh yeah, why are there flowers growing from the ground? Why is there a hand just crinkled up, sticking out of the ground? You think you're bad? Like, you know, what'd be funny? It'd be like a funny skit. It'd be a funny skit. John is like, you know how people are bad at their jobs. What if like a grave digger that was just bad at the job, but he just got fired because like, he couldn't do the work. You're like
there's always like some exposed body part. Like just one, like you just leave the face exposed only, so just a face in the ground.
He's like, God damn it, Larry! That's Larry Stevens, not Larry Evans. Dang it! Like, he just puts the body in the wrong grave. You're like, damn it! Like, shit, dude. This is a hard job. Yeah, man.
You just seal some tomb that costs millions of dollars with like the wrong body.
Yeah, or like he's stealing some tomb, like drops his car keys in there. Like, damn it! Like, I gotta go get my keys.
Sorry.
It's my first week on the job. Sorry.
He's like prying the door open when the family's grieving right there. Sorry.
They're saying some like everlasting prayer that like once these doors are closed, the walls are protected for all eternity.
Oh, sorry.
An impenetrable force will be created around this tomb where no evil or harm can come to his bodily soul.
Sorry.
So sorry. I gotta get my keys. I dropped my inhaler.
Let me just scoot by you, sir. Sorry.
Let me just scoot by you, sir. There's still like a service going on. He's just in like some crusty fishing hat. Some dirty Levi's. He gets tops and bottoms from Walmart.
Steps on all the flowers.
Oh my god.
You're fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, if a grave digger was just bad at his job, he shows up late, like he's like supposed to have the job. Like, I told you to bury this body 2 weeks ago. I know. There's like a line of bodies. He's like, listen, we're behind on bodies right now, man. Can you come in and can you work overtime? I need you to bury some people this Saturday. Can you come in?
Just calling in sick.
Yeah. Like, one of those bodies last night had syphilis. I can't come in today, boss. I'm not feeling so well. He's like taking lunch on the job. Yeah. I switched back to just making sure everything was still recording. What's going on with the game?
Still 4-4, bottom 12, 2 outs. We got some pitcher on the mound that I don't really recognize. I think I've seen him before, but when I was on my little solo monologue, I was talking about how we've kind of become the Angels, where we have all these relief guys that I have no idea who they are. But they're all cooler than Pedro Baez, so I'm not complaining about it.
I like that Alexander, that lefty. He's pretty good.
He's good. And I like that Goodell guy. He hasn't done that well for us. He was a killer up in Seattle. But I think he has just gotten kind of a bad shake his first, month or so with us. I think he's a pretty good pitcher.
What's the guy's name again?
I think it's like Eric Goodell.
He's a righty.
He's a righty with kind of curly hair. Mm-hmm. He's a smaller dude up there. He's curly hair that pokes out from his hat, kind of like you used to.
Oh, God. That was a dweeb. Who's the biggest dweeb in the MLB? Brian Lugwit's not in the league anymore. We can't call him a penis.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Who's the dweeb? The dweeb.
Who's Sogard? Is Sogard still playing? The asshole that wore actual glasses while playing.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
He wore fucking bifocals for the A's for 5 or 6 seasons, but he might be out of the league now. He was never a impact dude. I would say the biggest dweeb that I've seen play of all time is fucking Jamie Carroll.
Jamie Carroll? Oh my God.
Jamie Carroll.
Yeah.
I used to piss Weber the fuck off. We'd go play a home run derby. I'd be standing out in the outfield, go, "Nice hit, Jamie Carroll!" And he would get pissed and hit a home run. Be like, "Yo, who's Jamie Carroll now?" Like he's actually engaging in this argument with me, but I was really just being stupid.
Jimmy Carroll always had that 5 o'clock shadow. He always just running the kids late to school. I was packing their lunches out the door. You know what I mean? He's a single dad that was I'm also an MLB star.
Wearing a puffy vest and Neo glasses.
Oh, I'm a dad by day and an MLB star by night. My
favorite. We used to have a backup catcher, Matt Trainer. Do you remember him?
Oh no, I don't.
He was married to Misty May, and Vin would always trash him in the most Vin Scully nice way. Be like, "Well, Matt goes home to dinner, and he's not the most talented athlete at the table."
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was She was an athlete. She was a soccer player, was she?
No, she was the beach volleyball stud.
Oh, the undefeated one that just crushed it. Yeah.
I think it was Misty May. I don't know. I'm not the biggest volleyball guy.
Are you sure?
Probably should be living with Jackie, but you know what? Women's interests are not important.
Yeah. That's why it took them so long to get the right to vote. They were like, "Is that who you're interested in? Really? That's cute. That's nice. Put it over there in that cabinet. We'll count those later."
They call it women's suffrage because I suffer listening to you bitch about it all the time. Fucking vote.
Why do they call it women's suffrage? My goodness. Can't call it a better name? I feel like that could have been used for a better marketing scheme, women's suffrage. When you get domestic violence, you're just women's suffrage. That could have been a slogan for something else other than the woman's right to vote.
Yeah, it's a dumb name.
I'd say so. Dumb ass name. Why don't they bring Celebrity Deathmatch back? I wanted to bring that up earlier. Because there's so many, you can have it on different avenues now. Does MTV always have the right to it? I mean, shit, what they have on MTV nowadays is so bad, is so terrible. Why not have that on? What could be bad? What could be worse?
Well, that and, the thing that I think would be fucking awesome about it is just that, celebrity personalities have gone off the fucking deep end, the late 90s when Deathmatch was, in its heyday. It's imagine them doing a death match with Tekashi 6ix9ine or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know, just like those fucking out there dudes that they are like. They look
Ellen.
like a celebrity deathmatch character, like in real life. You know.
Well, they always would do people that like somebody that people love too, like Jimmy Kimmel or Ellen. They could do like those characters. Like those are brand new characters that are people that have
You'd
been.
have like David Hogg versus Alex Jones.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Yeah, they'd have Joe Rogan for sure on one. Who else is just anybody popular? It'd be crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I used to love that show, and like I remember like parents used to like it too because the writing was clever. It wasn't just brutal and gross. Like it was pretty funny satire.
Yeah, I don't know if like there's room for it in today's like fucking afraid society of like violence leading to more violence. You know, like
Yeah.
you had some people out there being like, well, this is gonna make my 8-year-old son tear his brother's head off.
Yeah,
you
look
know?
at it. It's gonna. He's jamming thumbtacks through his eye sockets. We can't have
Man,
this.
it is clay.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Are you in your cabin right now watching the baseball game?
Yeah, I'm watching on my computer. I found a pretty good website that like just gets the illegal streams going.
Oh man, nice. Good old illegal streams, illegal leopard. Yeah, it's nice, dude.
They've come so far. They're HD as fuck now, and like you sometimes you have to try 2 or 3 different ones to find like the best one. But every game there's 7 or 8 options as far as links go that you can check out. You used to have to like dig far, and like if you found an HD one, it was like once a week. You know what I mean?
Yes. Now I'm watching on my buddy bought the Prime Pass, and so I'm just chilling watching the game in H-Dizzle. HD. That's what they call me at the office, dude. The girls call me HD because they're not allowed to call me what it stands for anymore, so they had to shorten it. So it stands for Hot Drew. And one of the lady managers got upset that all the inbound ladies were calling me Hot Drew. So she,
really?
Yeah. So like she put an end to it, and I was like, really? Because I'm not gonna go report that to HR. What kind of a guy goes? These girls are calling me Hot Andrew. Right? Yeah.
Calling me huge dick. It's really embarrassing.
Have you ever tried to work while getting a hand job? It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine you've stretched the limits of HR a time or two in your professional career.
Dude, I haven't been that bad actually, just because there's just when you're at a company that's this big, there's always going to be somebody to outperform you. And you're the first person to tell me that when I was first starting. I was like, dude, I wish I was like the best. And you're like, dude, you're with like hundreds of people, thousands of people. You can't always be the best when there's that many people, right? With that, when it comes to like getting HR violations, it's a big company. Someone's always going to outshine you. There's a guy like 2 years ago that got caught fingering a chick from a different department at the bar at the company fucking winter Christmas party, dude. Like, and they got caught fingering by our head of sales, dude. Our actual head of sales. I don't want to name names or anything like that, but like, yeah, dude, it was a whole thing.
It was Steven.
It was, dude. She loved it, I guess. But guess what? He still works there. I don't know how he's doing that,
way.
dude. He probably just had sex with the guy who was reporting him, and he was like, "Yep, see, you wanted it too, bitch." Yeah,
that's fucking awesome, dude.
No, yeah, I haven't been that big of an HR nightmare.
I just had one incident. I told you about that time.
The email.
I sent the email. Yeah.
I want to hear it. Wait, is that bad? Can you not tell the story again?
You want to hear it? All right. So, all this over like the most meaningless regular season hockey game, but the Sharks had dumped on the Ducks like 6-3 the night previous to the email incident. So I emailed like 4 or 5 buddies at the company that were like diehard Ducks fans, and being in Orange County, like I was, one against those 5. Like no one else liked the Sharks. So I sent a little email, like a screenshot of the score, and I was like, "Whoa, what happened last night?" And then I put #fuck Disney at the bottom of it. Yeah, I sent it to like my 5 people, and like we've had some like the system they had to check the email was like really, really like it allowed us to talk some shit on email. As long as you didn't send it to the wrong person, but it's not like it would get flagged or anything if you cuss. Like, as long as it stayed between you and your friends, like, you can get away with murder, like, via email. So anyway, I sent it to my friends or whatever, and then this chick sends an email about the Sharks to the entire company, and she's, like, in, like, the Boston office, and it basically says, like, dang, did anyone catch that Sharks game last night? Because she was originally from San Jose or something. I was like, wow, whoa, we got a Sharks fan in the company. So I forward the email to her like an idiot. Like, I should not have done it, but I was like, yo, I can't believe another Sharks fan. Like, check this out, like what I sent to my buddies, forgetting that the hashtag was in there. And she was a fucking idiot, and she emails it to like all Anaheim office and all San Jose office, but she was like a temporary employee, so she didn't know that Anaheim was the corporate. So it went to like the CEO, the president, you know, like all the like big wigs of the company.
Yeah, they're probably Ducks fans. Fuck the Ducks.
Yeah, and as soon as I saw that and like who was on the email, like my heart just dropped, and like within 15 seconds I got a call from HR. Like, HR was on it, like, sneaky fast. Like, well,
wow.
That email, who sent it? John Carpenter? Call him. You know? Like, so I get a call, and, like, yeah, they basically said, like, you have a good future here and all that, but you almost ruined it. Like, we will, you know,
big slap
take this
on the
as your
wrist.
one
Big,
mistake, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, God, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, for what it's worth, I know that language is bad, but I really meant to keep it just between my friends, and that's wasting time on email. I understand that. Completely unprofessional, but I definitely did not mean this to go to the whole company. But I'm ready to accept whatever consequences. And I go outside for just a break. You know, I would go outside for like a 10-minute walk or whatever. And I got back, and my dickhead friends put an empty box on my desk. So, and this was on a Friday, so everyone's just like feeling awful for me. Everywhere I go, like, the entire room just goes quiet and like puts their head down. Like, I was just like shunned that day at work, and everyone went to the bar after for someone's last day. Like, probably could have been a joint party for my last day as well. But I go there, and no one's really saying anything. But then like the CEO's son, who was like a quality guy at the company, bursts into the bar, and he goes, "Hey, Carpenter, go Sharks!" And the bar just starts cracking up. And then, like, from that point on, like, it was in the past, and it was just a joke. And the ironic part was, I went to a Ducks game that night because my buddy was a Blackhawks fan sitting there in town. So I went to the Ducks game the night that I almost got fired for talking shit on him.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's all water under the bridge now, but wow. Did the Ducks win that game? Do you remember?
No, they got smashed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fuck it. They always get smashed.
Especially when the Blackhawks are in town, it's so funny to go to Honda Center because it's like 80% Chicago jerseys.
Really?
And like the Ducks fans that are there are just super pissed off. Like, man, it's a fucking home game, man. What the hell?
What the hell?
Man, if your franchise wasn't gay as fuck.
I mean, do you think, is Kessler coming back next year?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I hope not.
They the Ducks lost a couple of like role play guys in free agency, or not even free agency, like trades.
Yeah.
Then they lost that Brown kid, the kid with like the bleached dreads.
Yeah, I think they lost Miller. What? Let me ask you this: who do you think made the best moves this offseason? Who do you think?
I think the Kings are up there for. I mean, they just did a good job with the Kovalchuk thing, and then I don't know. Like, I would say, I mean, I'm just going with the obvious ones. You probably know a lot more than I do, but like Toronto, it's cool they got Tavares, but I don't see them being like epic because of it. You know?
Oh, I do.
Do you?
Yeah. Their defense is young. Like, I think his name's Morgan Riley, and he's really good. Oh God, let me pull up their names. But they have a couple of young defensemen I think are going to be awesome, like scoring and I don't know, stay at home too.
They still have Kadri for some years, right?
I think so.
That guy's a dickhead.
Here we go. Hold on. Yeah, the cap friendly thing is one of my favorite things to use, where you just look at everybody's contracts and who's on the roster.
Yeah. I love the free agent trackers they do now.
Oh, yeah.
Where it has the list of every free agent, kind of who they signed with or where they came from kind of deal.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so Jake Gardner. Jake Gardner's pretty good. Morgan Riley, yeah, he's their assistant captain. Who else they have? They have Marlowe? Dang. I forgot. He's still actually... Then Nathan Horton. It's like the same player in one. They have two of the same players. Nathan Horton's a sniper.
What, you think Horton and Marlowe are the same player?
Yeah, they used to Horton snipes and Patrick Marlowe's he's a playmaker, but they're both really old, aren't they? I remember Nathan Horton got killed. I don't know if
Horton's as old. Sorry, I wasn't talking shit. It just sounds funny to me just because I watched Marlowe for 10 solid years. I mean, I know he was a Shark for longer than that, but as far as me watching the Sharks,
yeah, he's more of a playmaker.
Great player, but just not the epitome of toughness. And Horton was kind of a hard ass, so it just sounded funny when you compared the two.
Well, doesn't Horton kind of have a shot too, though, on him?
Yeah, no, he was a good finisher for the Bruins for sure, but he would also lay the shoulder pretty well and whoop some ass dropping the gloves too.
Yeah,
the only time I saw Marlowe try to fight was against Bieksa in the playoffs, and Bieksa was laughing and just pounded his face in.
Oh man, yeah. Kevin Bieksa, he looks like somebody I never liked that guy because he was on Vancouver, and then he went to the Ducks. So I was like, I don't like you even more now. He just looked
him
like
and Kessler both the worst team combo for guys like us to like them.
You know who's like that on the Kings is Clifford. If I was a non-Kings fan, I would hate Clifford. Hey, Evan's calling me. 1 second.
See if one of us can dial out and
hold on. He's calling. Hold on.
Call.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Oh.
Well, look at this guy.
It's two-way, huh?
We're getting crazy.
Boys?
We're getting crazy.
What's up, boys?
How you been, man? How was Taco Tuesday?
Dude, Taco Tuesday is money, dude. Put down 3 margaritas, 5 tacos.
Hey.
Hey. Where'd you go?
The street tacos, the small ones, or did you get crunchy like a man?
No, they're street tacos, little bitch tacos, you know?
Jesus.
I'm not a man.
Oh, little bitch tacos. Where'd you go, dude? Did you go to Guadalajara's?
La Casina.
La Casina? The kitchen?
Yeah. Which is a real feminine kitchen.
Yeah.
If it was a masculine kitchen, it'd be El Casino.
That's the Chenga.
La
That's what
Casina.
lose all my money.
That Mexican food place sucked. I lost all my money and I didn't get any Mexican food.
Went down to El Casino.
El Casino. I'm never going to El Casino again.
It sounds like the worst, Spanglish, redneck dude, thinking he knows Spanish. Yeah, we're down here at El Casino, compadre.
Anytime you want to sound like you don't know, just bad accent, just ask for directions. Yeah, we're going to. I was looking for El Casino, compadre. You know where that is, by chance, amigo?
Yeah, it was down to El Streeto.
By El Caro.
El Camino. Evan, what have you been doing, man? You having a good week so far?
No, dude, I've just been looking at a wall the entire week. That's all I've been doing.
Wake
up, I stare at a wall right there, and that's it, and then go back to bed.
Have you heard some good sounds?
No.
Dang.
Not at all.
It's a quiet place.
Yeah, it's just been real quiet.
He put earplugs in while he looks at the wall.
I don't know. It's been a good week. What have you guys been up to? What have you guys even been talking about? What's this podcast even about? What are you guys doing?
Well, Andrew went and took a piss and didn't do it like a man, didn't take his phone with him, so I had to have a little monologue time, which I sounded like a complete fucking moron, so.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, I'm really dreading listening to it later.
You didn't want to hear the kerplunk into the toilet?
Submarine dick.
That's what it sounds like. when I piss in the toilet. It's like fills from the bottom and it has like this weird sound.
Yeah, I've been pissing like a gargoyle lately. I just stand with my feet on top of the toilet and then I just point my dick down and just right into the toilet.
Do you face the upper deck or do you face the outside?
I face the outside.
Okay.
So I want to look and see if there's any intruders. Any intruders?
Like,
there's pee on them really quick if they come in.
Yeah. Hey, get out.
Do you guys ever hold it too much to where the point where like you have to pee so hard you don't want to stand too close to your urinal and like get like piss like spraying all in your hands, but then you don't want to stand too far away where you're just like standing in the middle of the aisle just pissing like into this urinal. You gotta find
like inch closer as you lose pressure.
Like that guy just saw my junk. There's no way this little tiny fake wall thing just blocked this huge log I have here. Just been pissing. I have like a rainbow.
Well, that man doesn't have stage fright.
He's got to go.
The next time I pee in public, I'm just going to do the one where you just pull your pants all the way down to your ankles and just
and hold it to your nipples.
Dude, I got the story about that. I remember like the Dodger Stadium used to have just like the troughs where you'd step up, just whip it out and piss into this trough. And and I remember like going to games as like a kid and I had like stage fright, you know what I mean? Like I'm like a kid, you know what I mean? Like 22, 23 years old. And and you walk into this bathroom. I'm kidding. I'm like 14. And you walk into this bathroom and there's this kid. The whole entire trough is filled with grown men pissing into this trough. And there's one kid, white ass, pants down by the ankles. He barely even making it over the trough. And he's pissing. And I'm like, you know what? I can do this. And I gave the trough a try. I was like probably 13 or 14 years old, but that shit was intimidating growing up. I don't care who you are, being like 13 or 14, like going, all right, I'm gonna go like brush elbows with a bunch of men I don't even know and pee. It's weird.
At like late 90s, early 2000s Dodger Stadium, where there was like 3 puke piles in the trough. You probably already saw a fist fight, so you're just feeling like a little bit uneasy about life, and then you got to step up to the big boy piss area.
Yeah, you're like, I had a lemonade, and I really have to go. And if I don't go, I'm gonna have to go, and I have to go, so I'm gonna go. Speaking of having to go, Evan, how are those margaritas holding down?
Oh, they're great, man. Great. I might have to actually go kerplunk in a little bit.
Oh. See, now that you're saying kerplunk, I don't know if you mean like number 2 or if you just mean just letting your trunk hang.
See, that's the method to my madness. You don't know. Do I have to poop or do I have to just actually pee with my huge wrench?
He's going to need to wash his hands.
Yeah.
He's got a monkey wrench.
Yeah, E.T., was there rumors of a Strung Out show in Temecula this weekend?
Yeah, actually Saturday night, man. At the Boiler Room.
I would like to go.
You should come. It's going to be a great time. Like the opposite of a bad time.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you say he should gum? You should gum. Yeah. Oh, if it was...
You should eat the gun because I don't want you to go.
No, yeah, don't go. No, you should definitely... Where is the Boiler Room in Temecula? Where is that?
Oh, it's in like probably the best area. It's right next to E.T.'s Lounge. Have you heard of it?
Your Lounge is next...
Yeah, the place where that like one guy got stabbed at one time, and then like kind of by the tattoo parlor and an alcohol like a liquor store.
By Guadalajara?
You're making it sound so small right now. Let's try by the tattoo parlor.
Oh yeah, and then there's that homeless guy. You have to push. You have to wave to.
First Amendment tattoo, I think it's called.
Oh, it's off Jefferson.
Yeah, across the street from Guadalajara. You know what I mean?
Dude.
All right.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
That's an up and coming part of town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, up and coming. It's like it's up and it's never coming.
Yeah. It's up and there's no way to get there.
Never.
This is a really down and leaving part of town.
Yeah.
It's like
down and going.
What? Yeah. What comes up must come down.
Yeah, you got it. You guys, it's been 116, 117 out here the last couple of days. Like, what?
Oh, dude. It's been like 108 out here, dude.
That's bad too, man. Just humid as shit. What's it like in your freaking cabin, John?
It's a fucking microwave. It's so miserable. I have one like wall AC unit, not even in the room I sleep in.
Oh my god.
So, and it's not well insulated at all. So, like in summertime, the heat gets in that you don't want, and then in wintertime, the cold gets in that you don't want. This is built in like the 30s. So, yeah, I'm sweating it out.
Dude, the people who built your house were like real men. Like they had seen some shit. They were like 40 years old. Like this could be my last day any day now. I'm 40.
I mean, I wish they had a level with them because they built some pretty goofy shit.
Probably, man. The whole town of Silverado is just all goofy as shit.
Yeah.
You live in
Evan, you still haven't been up here, huh?
I've never been there.
Dude.
Never been there.
Andrew, too. You only came like before you even bought it, huh?
I looked into we went around the back and looked into a window, and it looked, just like a little cabin that had 2 rooms and a stove. And, that's where you've been living.
Yeah.
But, hey, you're in California, man. That's all you can afford these days. A little cabin in the woods. That's all you can get, right?
Luckily, it's not made out of cardboard.
Yeah, carpenter in his cardboard house. What do you expect, eh?
It's a land of opportunity.
Silverado.
Right.
What's the place?
Isn't that the town? Isn't that the town in Joe Dirt?
That's what I was just about to say. What's the
Silvertown.
Silvertown.
Oh, Silvertown.
The most like picture perfect town.
My gosh.
You talk about my town like that again? I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Yeah. Man,
What's Joe Dirt say? He's like, town's not fun. It's just a place where all the kids want to beat you up.
Hey, Evan, we were earlier. We were calling out good celebrity deathmatch like fights that you would want to see this day and age. Like I threw out like Ellen DeGeneres. Like who would be some of the celebrity deathmatch people you'd want to see fight if they had it this day and age?
Ooh,
JC, you can jump in too if you want.
Let's see. I'd see Hanson versus the Backstreet Boys. Is that relevant now?
Yeah, like what the hell? You wouldn't see like Justin Bieber versus like Lady Gaga.
No, mine would be like let's see, Jimmy Kimmel versus Jimmy Fallon versus who's other? Stephen Colbert. Like late night talk show death match.
Yeah, yeah. What about like
throwing a wild card like Lesnar?
Caitlyn Jenner. You get like Caitlyn Jenner or something like that. You could have that as a character, like a bit like a biggie heel.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner's the ref.
I threw out David Hogg versus Alex Jones.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a very underground card. That's an underground card. Not many people know those people.
Better Bernie Sanders and that gay Milo Yiannopoulos guy who's like hardcore conservative.
There's Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. Like that could have been such a funny episode.
Such a good death match.
Heavyweight ticket there.
I wonder why they don't do that anymore. I'm telling you. What's on MTV now is worse. I'm telling you.
Reruns of ridiculousness. The show is always on, dude.
It's always on. Never not on.
No. Hey, Evan, last time I saw you, you were trying to get Nicole to smoke weed. How's that been going? Have you succeeded yet?
No, I have not.
I remember when I first brought it around her, you're like, dude, she's never been around this at all. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? How is she dating you?
Yeah, you might as well take her to Africa and be like, in a third world. She's like, what is this? Like, didn't you grow up in Lake Elsinore?
I was just gonna say that, dude. How do you fucking get out of Lake Elsinore without smoking pot?
Yeah.
She's got great parents. It's not like that. That's not the majority in Lake Elsinore.
I think John was my first like real smoking buddy. Like there's people I smoked with before John, but like John was my first consistent like, yo, this is our routine. This is what we're doing. And
we're gonna go sit in a bush, use a water bottle bong, and wait till my mom calls me pissed about my grades.
Yeah, dude. We would literally sit in a bush because we're shade and we could get inside of bushes. John, remember when you shit in a bush because you had to like walk home and you couldn't make it? And you had to you wiped your ass with your homework?
You can't forget to tell the back end of that story. No pun intended, back end. But yeah, the front end of the story was I got sick at school. I was late to a class because I was in the bathroom, so I got sent to on-campus suspension. I said, fuck this, and walked home. Made it about halfway before I had to, blow through my pants again, so I shit in a bush on the side of Nicholas and wiped my ass with notebook paper. Following day, Andrew put his binder without a backpack in the back of, I believe it was John Sanchez's truck, and his papers obviously flew everywhere. So,
the same day.
Got home. Yeah. Was it the same day? No, it wasn't the same day because I was in the car with you. I would have been homesick.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay.
So, the second we got home after, I think John Sanchez gave us a lift, your mom made us get in the car and, go try to find your homework. And we're going down Nicholas, and you're picking up a piece of paper here and there. And then your mom, I remember this so vividly, your mom points at the bush, and, you could see the notebook paper I wiped my ass with behind it. And your mom's like, Andrew, there's some, go grab that. I was like, Andrew, whatever you do not grab that paper.
Yeah. It was like 2 days, it was like a day or two after you had shit and wiped your ass with that paper. Is that it? Like, no.
I don't know why I didn't just let you fucking pick that up. It's so fucking funny.
It's so good. Oh my god. And you were fucking high?
No. I don't know why. Yeah. I mean, we were definitely smoking weed in those days, but...
Probably.
You just had to poop.
Yeah, I was
it's like, I mean, to go with the Jurassic Park theme we've been running with this fucking podcast, but when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Very true. Very true.
Oh man, that's so funny. I'll never forget that story. Of course, my binder.
I remember. Do you remember Bryce Callaghan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, dude. One time we went to the USC football game, and he was like, we put away 3 chili dogs there or something like that, and we ended up driving separate. But I remember hearing about his day the next morning. I was like, oh dude, how was the rest of your night? And he's like, oh dude, I had to go take a shit when I got off the freeway, and I almost got home. I turned on to La Serena, and I was like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna make it home. So he pulled into that little park, right before you hit Temecute. There's that park on
Veterans?
La Serena.
Veterans
Park. Yeah, Veteran Park. And he runs up to the bathroom there, and it was locked. So as soon as he grabbed it, and it was boom, locked. Dude, it just let loose.
Just defeated. You realize you're not going to get just shit your pants.
Dude, that's the worst. Because
so he just took them off, wiped with his socks, and this dude is dressing. So I was like, what if, and then he shows up home, and what do you think his mom thought? He just walks in with no pants, just Winnie the Pooh up in this house. He just shows up in the house and well, how was the game? And he's got his dick out and balls. It's oh, great. It was a great time. They beat Washington State. It was great.
yeah, I know exactly how he feels though. For me, my body gets so relaxed, and then I get the closer I get to home when we're driving or I'm driving and you're like, oh, I gotta go. Like you get around the corner and then somebody's like going, like, you know, they're going 25 and a 25 because it's a residential and you're like, oh my God, just hurry up already. We're 2 turns away from home. We'll just speed up. And then you finally make it there. But if that door's locked and you're mentally ready to go, there's no going back from that. You know what I mean?
Do you think you get a free pass if you get pulled over, like speeding or anything? Like a cop pulls you over and you're like, dude, I got to shit so bad. And he's like, oh, dude, go ahead, man. Go do your thing. Or do you think he's like, no, dude, rules are rules. You can't. You got to prepare. You got to shit when you're supposed to shit. You know?
Follow me. I'll get you home. What's your address? I'll punch it in.
He calls a police escort. You're like, oh, dude, this guy's got this shit.
He's just a homie, like he's been in that situation, so he takes it super seriously.
I just imagine, for some reason, like the only I imagine a poop escort being like the British sirens. That really.
Everyone knows exactly what's going on. That guy's got an emergency.
He's got a shit.
They take it more seriously than like a fire truck going by. They're like, we gotta get off the road. This guy's gotta go.
Yeah, people are like opening doors and shit. He's got a gurney, like with like a mask on. They've got like a IV people running with him. Like, let's get him to a toilet.
Rest in peace.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh man, so this Dodger game is never gonna end. I feel like we should do this podcast until this game ends, but I'm worried to actually do that. We've almost seen 2 games in one.
Yeah. Dude, this Nick Williams kid crowds the plate so fucking hard.
Hey, dude, the Philly Fanatics about the pinch hit. That's how long this game's going.
Seriously, what do you do at a certain point? We're gonna have to throw some of the same arms.
But it's midnight in Philadelphia right now, and they're playing on a Tuesday.
Oh, you know what's crazy too, guys? I just thought about this. They have a morning game tomorrow in Philly. They have a morning game. It's a noon game. So for the Dodgers,
just don't leave. Just keep going.
Yeah, for the Dodgers, it's like 9 o'clock their time. So I'm gonna be watching the game tomorrow all day at my desk because my manager's out for the rest of the week. So I'm gonna be watching the game, and dude, we're gonna suck. It's gonna be a boring game tomorrow. Everyone's gonna be half asleep.
Or an exciting game.
Or like some unlikely heroes.
They'll finish a game like this tomorrow morning sometime. Like if it goes till like 2 a.m. their time, they'll just be like, I mean, not that this one will, but I've seen that before. It was like, fuck it, we're finishing tomorrow. So they'll have like the last inning before the start of the next game.
Dude, baseball is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Someone just
when it was raining earlier, I was just thinking about how football just plays in almost all weather, and the second it starts sprinkling in baseball, they're like, we might slip on the bag, so you can't play.
The rubber is really slippery. It's rubber.
Yeah. When's the last time there was like a rain out in a hockey game? Like, dude, never. Like, you man up and play through it.
even in the Winter Classic, dude, they're just like,
dude,
fuck you, play.
You know how hard it would be to play
We'll fucking swim. We'll play water polo if it's ice melts.
You know how hard it would be to play basketball in the rain? You're like, 3-pointer, just throwing it up into like a storm. Golf too, though. Like golf, I mean, they play golf in like that shitty weather, you know. But
it just turns into NBA Jam where you just slam dunk, you get electrocuted. You're like, yeah, he's on fire.
he's heating up. It's like slugfest. But then again, would you want to see
steroid game?
Yeah,
ultimate steroid game.
Yeah, absolutely. Slugfest. They were. Everybody was roided out. But let me ask you this though, guys: would you want to see a game in baseball that just played through the storm? Like, wouldn't that be awful?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
No, it was just terrible though.
It's just a grounder gets stuck right in front of home plate because it just hit mud. It's just hitting mud.
Yeah, you know how heavy the baseball gets if that thing gets soaked. Every bat would break.
He's just trying to run to first. person just running through sludge. Like, I'm not going anywhere, man.
The pitcher would be the most tired person because he would have to field all the ground balls because it would just stop.
The catcher's just stuck in the mud.
Oh, and another bloop single. Can you
imagine playing in the snow? You couldn't even see the ball. You'd be like,
oh, yeah. Oh, another shot to the gap. This one's going to get down.
We got 3 feet last night. The ball hit the outfield. The outfielder can't find it. It's gone.
He can't. He's
another home run.
I don't know if you tried this, but if you've never tried to run when snow up to your hips, it's kind of difficult. That ball is going to sink in there.
Playing snowshoes.
They got like a sled team out there.
Each outfielder gets a dog sled.
That'd be awesome. We just invented a new sport, boys.
Yeah, dog sled baseball.
Dog sled baseball, dude. How do you bat with that?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Hey, Evan, Billy got in an argument with John earlier thinking that bacon is healthier than carbs.
Wait, what?
Kind of how it went.
Bacon is way healthier than carbs, man. That's what it comes down to.
Dude. I'd like to see Billy argue that, dude.
No,
Billy needs both.
I was doing like the keto diet. Like I'm still like messing around with it. And my aunt came out last Sunday with like this huge like bagel bar for breakfast, and I was saying how like I wasn't gonna eat any of it to Billy. And I was like, I'll just wait till they're done, then I'll make some eggs and bacon. And he was just like, yeah, it's like fat bacon is healthier than bagels. I'm like, oh, like I get your viewpoint, but like if you look up like what the keto diet is, like it would make more sense. And he was like, you're a fucking idiot. Like he got all pissed off. And then like 2 hours later when I saw him, he was like, oh, so I looked it up. Like, I understand what you're trying to do.
He's like, dude, next time you talk to me that way, I'm going to shove a watermelon up your ass and make you eat it.
I was just like, Billy would be the person that looks it up, you know.
Well, not only like look shit up, but like go completely gung-ho deep into the argument before looking it up. And then look it up to make sure he was right, realize he was wrong, and then come out and be really nice and apologetic about it.
Yeah, I'm going to go into a neutral environment, the pool. Things can't get too hairy in the pool. It'll be cool. And this is where I let him know he was right. Hey, boys, last weekend we had a discussion, a pretty good one in the second hour, of like why don't the superstars participate in the home run derby and the slam dunk contest like they used to. I don't know if you guys got to catch a glimpse of that at all, but why do you guys feel that, you know, these big athletes these days don't all participate in the home run derby and the slam dunk contest like they used to?
Go for it, T.
Dude, I don't know, because I feel like the superstars have already made a name for themselves, so they don't really need to like prove themselves at that kind of level. Like they're like, all right, let me give someone else a spotlight. Like my boy Max Muncy, like all right, this guy's been trying his whole career and he's got 23 jacks. Like I'd rather have him do it than someone like Stanton or someone like that, where he's already had like his time to shine. You know, people already kind of know who he is.
Yeah,
but
they've already got that reach.
I was gonna say that too. Just like it's becoming such a, I mean, sports are getting so crazy. There's so much young talent coming up in every single sport that like it's like just becomes showcasing like the young talent coming up, you know. Plus like the old dudes, like they just don't think they want to get hurt or fuck up their swing or anything, like whatever like could happen, you know. Like there's a lot of like worry about your health and what you do like when you're not playing the game. So I think they're also willing to take a seat for those kind of events.
Well, yeah. Do you think it fucks up your swing?
I think there should be just a pitcher home run derby. Like, who's the best pitcher that can hit dingers?
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. Kershaw would have a chance.
Like Kenley Jensen's just up there just taking rips, dude.
Oh yeah, it had to be the
Sabathia, dude.
Who's the All-Star? It has to be a current All-Star too, like on the roster that year.
Zach Greinke.
Greinke could rake back in his day, dude.
Greinke could rake. I'm trying to think of like a really big like dork or something like Stripling up there.
Stripling would be good. He'd probably be a better hitter than he would be a pitcher against the fucking Astros.
Dude got whiplash in that All-Star game.
As soon as Bregman hit one off him, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a fucking meme about the World Series. God damn it.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't watch. He got yoked.
And then Springer hit one.
Yeah, 2 Astros went back-to-back on him in extra innings in the All-Star game.
Are you serious? I didn't even watch
that. It was like
that.
the World Series all over again.
Oh,
his quote on it was pretty funny, dude. Strip was just like, yeah, everyone's been telling me, like, at least the experience was cool, that you were an all-star, but honestly, all I'm going to think about is choking that hard, so no, I didn't have that good of a time.
No, honestly, I'm always going to think of that for the rest of my life. Guys, what happens if the Dodgers don't win it this year? Like, are we ever going to win one?
They'll move to Hawaii. Pack up, move to Hawaii.
Can't handle this market.
We're the Honolulu Dodgers now.
The Honolulu.
On the plus side, we'll be able to watch them on TV.
Yeah.
It'll be that new Honolulu.
No, the Yankees
not that
are...
LA doo-doo.
No, not that LA doo-doo. Dude.
Change our name to the Los Angeles doo-doo.
Just be like what Dan says. Just blow the team up. Just blow the team up.
Just blow the team up.
Just get rid of everybody. Start fresh. Just become the Padres. Start ground up. Minor leagues.
Do they win it? Man. Do they win it? If they don't win it this year, do they still win it with like Kershaw as the ace, or do they finally eventually go out and get like somebody that's a bigger ace than Kershaw?
I think one of the kids will become like the dominant, like hard throwing ace, with Kershaw being kind of like a Roy Halladay type guy. You know, like I don't know with.
It all depends on what Kershaw does this season. So, like, if he opts out, I don't think the Dodgers will try to re-sign him. I think he'll go back to, like, Dallas and play for the Texas Rangers or Astros or something like that, because I really don't think they're going to want to spend. I mean, he's getting paid $31 million right now. Like, if he opts out, I honestly don't think he's going to opt out, though, because I don't think nobody will pay him that much money the next 2 years. But you never know.
Yeah, he might, you know. He would do. I don't think he would be that good in any of those ballparks, like long term.
Not either. I think it's strictly by financial.
And both those parks are like fly ball home run parks. Like,
yeah, I think he finishes his current contract with the Dodgers, which will take him to like 2020. I think 2021. Yeah. Because I just don't think anyone will pay him that much money, because he doesn't have the recent history to like prove that he can be healthy.
Justify it, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, he's got to have some ties to the Dodgers too. Like, that'll be just extra incentive to not opt out and see if they can win it when they have a lot of young talent like they do now, especially if they re-sign Machado.
I mean, it would be nice too, just to rake in $30 million a year and not even be the ace. Somebody else can have that pressure. You just be like, I'm collecting dough, being the second best.
30 mil for, like, dude, he's making probably like $1,000 per pitch.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking ridiculous.
Well, check this out. Check this out. We did this math because we're talking about big contracts, and honestly, Kershaw's one of the biggest out there in sports. If you think about it. But Ronaldo's when he's going to that Italy team, he's making. We broke it down roughly like $33,000 to $40,000 every minute he's on the pitch, with no extra time included or anything like that. But like, yeah. Like that's like $30,000 to $40,000.
Dude,
every minute.
Dude, I'd be going. How many like overs would you bet, John?
On what?
On just anything. Like I would.
I had that money.
Just on 1 minute of your play time, I would just be like, oh yeah, 33,000 on Alabama -7.
Or just go to like a fucking no limit blackjack table and like if you lose, triple your bet until you win. And, like you just get like continually rich. That's what fucking Dana used to do at one of the Vegas casinos that had fights, and they tried to like ban him from doing it. And he was like, "All right, dumb fuck, like I won't have events here anymore." And then like, wait. And he's like, "Yeah, suck my dick. I'll play whatever blackjack I want."
Damn, dude, Dana's such a savage. Did you see that video? I think Joe Rogan posted it on Instagram the other day, but where Dana White showed up at a Rage Against the Machine concert and like started washing and stuff.
Oh, what the fuck?
Not see that.
he has like he's like one of his buddies is like recording him and he's like moshing around.
Is it recent?
Yeah, and he's like, dude, this is the best fucking live band ever, man.
It is. They must be touring Europe or something.
No, it was like back in like 2013 or something like that when they had like a reunion tour.
Yeah,
but,
that's
like,
what
someone posted it like, and Joe Rogan was talking about it. He's like, "Do you remember when Dana White like was just in the mosh pit?" And then they like the video starts and like Dana White is like just about to jump into the mosh pit, and then he goes and he's like circle pitting, and someone comes up and hugs him, and he's like jumping up and down, and then he gets out of the pit. He's like, "Man, that's the best fucking live band."
Oh my god, I gotta check that. That's hilarious.
That's fucking cool, dude.
I gotta leak. I'll be right back. I gotta leak.
Alright, have fun.
Yeah, right. He used to do it like a man. He had a submarine piss.
How am I supposed to record you guys if the mic is right here? Am I supposed to carry the microphone, the laptop, and the phone into the laboratory?
Yeah.
Oh. You get a cart.
What are we supposed to talk about now?
You guys, here's what you guys talk about. You guys talk about Legos. What were your favorite Legos to build when you were a kid?
Mine were the assorted pack, and I would just build, pyramids.
You used to build
Just
pyramids?
You're a big Egyptian fan, huh?
Yeah, I am a fan of Egypt.
You just
nice.
you joined the Illuminati at a very early age. The eye in the sky.
Dude, I bought a fishing pole today.
What are you gonna?
Fishing pole?
Yeah.
That's when you figure out that you're grown up.
That's kind of how I felt when I was buying it. Like, I was the biggest loser in there. I was just kind of telling the guy, like, what I wanted to start fishing, so he completely, like, helped me every step of the process so I didn't buy something that, like, wasn't good for what I wanted to do. But I bought it and I brought it home, and I was like, dude, the days of, like, young carp might be gone.
Yeah. Where are you going to go fishing at?
Well, I've been, if you have your own pole and you get like a year fishing license, there's a twilight charter out of Dana Point. So you just hop on a boat and it goes like a little bit offshore from 5:30 to 9:30, and it's like $29.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's cool. Like I went with Jackie the day after we watched that fight at Sharky's, and then on Friday I went with Weber and my buddy Tommy, and like we were just pulling up like little sand bass and calico bass and just having a fun time with it.
Are you catch and release, or do you keep them?
You keep them. Like if they're big enough, the fish legally has to be 14 inches if it's a bass, because like they don't want you like pulling all the babies out, But you keep them. They'll fillet it up for you on the boat, and then just give you a bag of the fish you caught, and you can come home and cook it up. Like it's pretty fun, dude. Beers.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Did you cook all the stuff that you caught?
I'm not good at it, dude. Like, I tried and it was, like, pretty shitty, so I gotta, like, research ways to do it better.
Like, you ate it and you were like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, well, I couldn't, like... Yeah, it wasn't good. It had, like, no taste.
It was like Chilean sea bass, huh? Didn't make any flavor.
Yeah.
You believe this game is still fucking going on?
I do. We got a little rally right now. We got runners on second and first, one out. Big Muncy is up. He's due. He's over 6 tonight. He's due.
He's Virgil.
He almost hit 2 home runs, though. Or technically almost 3. Like, in his first at-bat, he put a little fly ball to left field that just carried all the way to the wall, and Hoskins or whatever caught it. And then his second, or maybe his third at-bat, he hit one down the line that was like 2 inches foul.
Oh, yeah.
Did he hit it to a warning track, too? He went to the warning track.
Yeah.
I was surprised the umpire saw that one that went foul.
Yeah, it was like, even the announcers were like, I don't think that was possibly foul.
Oh, my
I like
gosh.
Muncy's just gray, boring-ass bat.
Yeah, it's just like him. Like, he's just like...
Yeah.
That's him.
Just a gray human.
Yeah. He's not black and white, he's just gray.
And he kind of looks like Evan.
He kind of looks like me. Yeah, dude. He hits like me too, dude. He just rakes, man.
Raking.
He's like a dwarf.
Line drives in his sleep, dude.
It's like when Ricky from Trailer Park Boys sees a raccoon. Rakins.
He's a raking.
I wonder, dude, can this game just end though? Please? Just so we have something.
Yeah, Muncy's gonna hit a 3-run jack.
Right here.
He's gonna bear crawl around the bases. That's just gonna be his home run try. Bear crawl.
He's gonna Tim Allen it.
I actually like when they're this long because, like, after the game's over, I have fucking nothing to watch during the week, dude.
That's true. I look forward to baseball now. I've been watching it more and more just because I can't watch TV, and it's so nice to just have this on. If you don't have anything to do, there's always the Dodgers you can just watch.
Yeah. So
Dude, I just saw on Netflix that they started. Oh, did he hit it? Oh, warning track again. Damn. They did on Netflix. They started. What's that show where they like follow? Oh, Last Chance U.
Oh, I watched it. Dude.
I watched it all.
Is it? You watched it all?
Well,
yeah.
I fast forward to the games because I don't care about the drama at all. So I just fast forwarded to the games, and yeah, I watched the whole season.
Well, how do you know like any of the characters or anything?
Yeah.
I don't care about them.
Well, that's like the show.
I know.
You literally watched for like the slow motion like game replay, like recap.
No, dude. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, the third.
I only know the other coach. Like,
No, the season was cool. I really couldn't get into it.
Coach was an absolute animal, dude.
Yeah, he was crazy. He was over the top. I remember watching, like, him on the field was insane, but him behind the scenes, I watched, because we watched, like, the first 2 full episodes, and they were both like, dude, let's just keep fast forwarding, because we felt like some of the stuff was, like, dramatized, like, over the top, just because their cameras were there, and I don't know. I didn't like the whole aspect of how it was a crappy team, and now they're trying to, like, rebuild it, but they did a good job, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they got up to, like, number 4 in the country or something like that, but, yeah, the coach, Evan, is just this white dude, but, like, he's fucking straight out of Compton, dude. Like, born and raised, like, has a Compton attitude, played football at, like, Compton College. He's just a goddamn savage, and it's honestly, like, hard to watch, but, like, you gotta keep watching, because, like, the attitudes are so shitty, just all flowing down from the coach's shitty attitude. They got that,
where's like, the school at?
Okay, it's in
at?
Kansas.
Dude, it's like the gnarliest community college football league there is now.
Dude, so here,
They made it full. Go ahead, Abe.
What happened is that, like, this is the first year, or whatever, second year, whatever year is the first year they can get more than 20 out of state players. So, like, it's unlimited out of state players. So now their entire team is out of state recruits. So it's like these guys just recruited everybody. Probably used the fact that they're gonna be on Last Chance U to get, like, all of these top athletes, and they band together this just, like, really makeshift team to turn this franchise, or like this organization around. And it's their second year, and they already were like the 4th in the nation. But they're just a bunch of athletes and terrible attitudes. So for me, it was just hard to watch because I'm like, dude, I had the opposite. My team had the best attitudes, and I hate watching all these, like, me and I people. And so I just fast forward to the game, and I watch, like, the crazy plays. And if I'm being honest, this season did a really good job breaking down the games. There's a lot of football in it.
That's cool. Yeah, because I got sick of the other coach, East Mississippi or whatever. He was like, I was like, dude, I'm done with him. So I was kind of stoked that they like left that school and went to a different one, but I didn't know. I haven't seen one episode, so I have no clue how it's gonna be.
You should definitely watch it. But the guy is, I would say, he's like more of a train wreck than Buddy Stevens.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then that makes for good TV. So.
Yeah, the least favorite guy in the show for me though is quarterback. It's Malik Henry or something. Malik Henry.
He keeps checking. He keeps checking on
dropped out
someone.
from Florida State.
Oh really?
Keeps changing
he
the
was
play.
the top-rated quarterback at the time.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's top rated, and he just keeps checking out of like whatever play the coach would give him. He just would check out of it and run some stupid play, and that's what would set the coach up. But John, what about that part where that Evan? Do you care if we talk about it or not?
No, I don't care.
What about that part where that one coach tries to fight him on the field? Have you seen that part?
That was fucking crazy.
The guy looked like he saw the devil in his eyes when he tried to.
I know. I love how so the head coach slams his headset to the ground, and then you see it like before the camera angle changes. You see the assistant coach like pick up his headset and throw it like over the coach, and it looks like it's like just in general frustration at the game. But then the head coach sees his own headset like fly over his shoulder and go in front of him. So it's like, who threw that? Thinking it was a player, and then the coach just like you said, looks like he sees the devil. He's like, I threw a coach, motherfucker.
Yeah, seriously, he like double takes and like steps at him again, and then he's like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, what is this guy trying to do? It's a crazy season, but honestly, the first season of Last Chance 2 is still the best. The ending to that, the way that their season ends is just so completely chaotic. Nothing can be better.
Yeah.
Oh, when they like got in that freaking bench killer brawl.
Yeah, and
they like made him ineligible for a bowl or something, right?
Yeah, there's like, oh yeah, it's like the opposite of a fairy tale ending. Like, it's like, oh yeah, you guys can't play in the championship. Fuck you, coach. Fuck you, guys. Like, you fucking thugs. And then the coach, then they're like, oh, dude, our coach called us thugs. Oh, I'm transferred. And they all broke up and like went different ways. Like, oh, this is sick.
How can you transfer if this is your last chance? This is
last
it.
chance, you.
You signed a waiver, bud. You're done.
Come on, you.
It's your last chance. You die. Well, I think I'm gonna. You guys want to wrap it, or do you guys want to keep rolling? What's up to you, boys?
Wrap it.
Call me. We can wrap it. I'm gonna hop off, but ET, I'll be in town this week. I'll give you a call.
All right, sweet.
All right, buddy.
All right, we'll have to do it
Later.
again. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, boys.
Later, boys.